Good morning. We are Tafish Samach Zayim. We're starting to get into the Hilchos Shemini Atzeres. Sukkah v'noya asurim gam b'Shemini. It's a Chutz. Oh, sorry, in Eretz Yisrael, the Sukkah, and it's, if you have, again, look, you had hanging fruit or wine or whatever it is, it's also to eat also on Yom HaShemini, because unlike unlike the Esrog, the Esrog was mutter, because the Esrog, the mitzvah was finished in the morning. Just, it was huksa for Shivas Yamim, so therefore, when Shkia hit, it stops. Sukkah and Noya is, the issue is, it's also, the mitzvah is until Bein HaShmashos. If a person decides he needs a sandwich Bein HaShmashos, he would have to, it's a shiloh whether he would need to sit in the sukkah. So therefore, until that point in Bein HaShmashos, which was a suffix, it's huksa. So therefore, migos kotzai Bein HaShmashos, kotzai kol Yoma, and therefore it's muktzah the whole Shemini Atzeres, Simchas Torah. Over Chutz Haaretz, she'oisim shnei yamim tovim, in Chutz Haaretz they do it to Yom Torah. Also gam b'tshiri, also to shu suffix Shemini, because for the same idea that in Shemini Atzeres until Bein HaShmashos you have to sit in the sukkah or to eat, and that's the reason. In Chal Shabbos Motzei Yom Tov ha'achron shel Chag, if Shabbos is Chal on Motzei Yom Tov ha'achron shel Chag, Noagin shlo yistapik b'noi Sukkah Motzei Shabbos. If Shabbos is Chal, let's say Simchas Torah is Erev Shabbos, and then Shabbos. So therefore, then Noagin shlo yistapik b'noi Sukkah Motzei Shabbos. Yesh matirin, because some say because you're going into it's going into Shabbos, and therefore it's a din of Hachana Mamela, which is Meyontav to Shabbos, which is a problem. Yesh matirin, because what's the issue? Well, no problem with Hachana. It's two kedushos, and therefore there's no problem. The only problem with Hachana is from Yontav to Yontav, but there's no problem of Hachana from Yontav to Shabbos. But the first Shita holds that it's very similar. The issue is not that people just come to make a mistake and with other stuff, so therefore we just wouldn't do it. And not to even say okay, no, whatever. People will figure it out. There's a tefillah which is in the Sidurim, and they say Shana Bar Yerushalayim, that when they in Chutz Haaretz it's common to say it after lunch, after the Sudas Hayom. Here in Eretz Yisrael, whatever, everyone's very preparing for Yantiv. You jump into the Sukkah, on Shana Rabbah, you have a small Suda and say the Yerotza, but also Lahachim b'Yantiv, l'tzarech Yantiv. If it's on the Chutz Haaretz, it's also to go ahead and make him from one Yantiv to the other. V'chein also lahavi l'shulchan l'salim l'bayis tzarech halayla dahavi achana. Or in the shul, you can't go ahead and on Shemini Atzeres clear the shul out so you can start Hakafos pretty quickly. You can't stack up all the chairs and stuff. That's hachana for Simchas Torah. Obviously, in Eretz Yisrael, you can do that on Shana Rabbah, and that's not a problem. But in Chutz Haaretz, it is an issue. Tafresh Simchas. Leil Shemini Omer b'Tfilah Titin Lanu Es Yom Shemini Chag HaAtzeres Hazeh. The nusach of the Mechaber is Yom Shemini Chag Atzeres Hazeh. Hagav and I don't know again she'ein Chag b'Shemini. The minig in Ashkenaz was not to we don't put Chag b'Shemini. We don't see b'shum makom shenikra Chag. We don't see anywhere it says Chag HaShemini. No such thing. Ela oimim Yom Shemini Atzeres, and you don't say Chag. Now, the lemais is that the Meir used to say Chag. I mean, a bunch of Achronim are cholok on the Ramah. Say we do find places where it's Karl Chag. For example, Samachta B'Chagecha is talking about Shemini Atzeres, so it is Nikra Chag, and And so the Lamais is that the minig is the minig of the Mishnah brings a bunch of Achronim, the Rashal, the Taz, whatever they say. The minig is like the Mechaber to say Chag Shemini Atzeres. To say Shemini Chag Atzeres Hazeh. The Taz says to say Shemini Atzeres and Rashal Shemini Atzeres Chag Hazeh. The Lamais is either way, you say it, you open the siddur, whatever it says in there, you're Yodse. Even according to the Ramah, if you said Chag, you're Yodse. It's just the question is Chachila what you should say. Shaila about, let's say, you said Chag Sukkahs, right? We know if you said on Sukkahs you said Pesach, you have to go back. It doesn't work. Shaila about Shemini Atzeres. It's interesting that the Mishnah Berurah doesn't want to be machriya. He sort of says days in the achronim, and if you didn't finish the bracha, so then go back. He doesn't want to be machriya. The Moshe, they say that you are yodse b'di'evid if you said Chag Sukkos. Obviously, if you didn't get to the end of the bracha, you should go back. You should go back and say the correct way. But if you finish the bracha, don't go back and you don't have to repeat Shemana Esrei, because anyway, Shemini again, it's sort of like from the Ramah. It's not a Chag. It's Shemini. What's Shemini? Shemini of Sukkos. So it's kosher to Sukkos. It's not like you're saying Chag Pesach. It's Shemini of Sukkos. So b'di'evid you be Yodse if you said the wrong thing. Especially the person say if you had in mind to say Shemini Atzeres, but you'd say you didn't have a siddur in front of you or whatever, and you said Sukkos, mind say Shemini Atzeres, it's also even better. Chutz haaretz oichlim b'sukkah b'layla u'vayom, and chutz haaretz you eat the sukkah layla b'yom, b'nishu safek shvi, because it's good a safek shvi, ve'em evarchi al yeshivasa, makadshim ve'oimrim, zman, however, you don't make yilei shev, but you do say shechianu. And Aruch Shulchan brings down the many Chassidim, is to not eat in the Sukkah on Shemini Atzeres. Shaila is why? Where does the minhag come from? It's Shulchan Aruch, it's whatever. So the Aruch Shulchan says it could be the pshat is that there's something on the fat. Obviously, there must be. I don't know the real reason. Like I'm sure there's a alpi something or other. But I do think the minhag is generally to go ahead and to make kiddush Shabbos on Yom Tov morning in the sukkah to be able to say this. But there are a couple of reasons I saw brought down. Aruch Shulchan says it could be because in Europe it was cold, so to sit in the sukkah anyway, it's a kiddush. So therefore, you're not chayav to push yourself on Shemini Atzeres when it's cold, it's not comfortable to go ahead and sit in the sukkah. It's okay if you don't. If there's a different reason why, so okay, you don't sit there. You don't no chiv to push yourself like on first day Yom Tov. So therefore, they rely on that. I did bring down that the Satmar Rebbe said that the reason why is it's like Chassan, that since the Rebbe fears Tish, and you have to do it in the Sukkah, so then it's tzafuf, it's all too crowded. No, it's mitzvah, like it says by Chassan, it's too many people, it's too crowded, so therefore it's mitzvah, so you don't have to. It's not Rebbe's pshat, but like I said, I'm sure there are other reasons behind it, but there is what to be samich on for them not to sit in the sukkah. Shaila is nafkamina is if you're in a warm place and you could sit in the sukkah if you're Aruch Shulchan, or let's say there's no Rebbe around, or I don't know. I'm sure there are other reasons, but this was like I said. That's what they're knowing, and kol ish shafi minhago. Beis shachris motzin shlishus. Also, this is not. It is a minhag on Shemini Atzeres. Al pi the Ari to do Hakafos on Shemini Atzeres. The shuls who do it, they do small Hakafos. It's a little bit unclear, and I saw brought down. It's a little bit unclear about what shot in the Ari, whether the Chaim Vital was made that he did a Hakafos at night. So what was he talking about? Some say he was talking about in Eretz Yisrael. It was Motzei Simchas Torah, and that's what the minhag of Hakafos Shniyos come in. Some say it's talking about Shemini Atzeres and Tamar Chutzarts. Either way, there is a minhag to do some Hakafos on Shemini Atzeres. Shacharis Motzein Shlosha Svarim. And Eretz Yisrael, Shacharis, you take out 3 Svarim, Korim Be'echad Mizos Bracha V'ad Sefer Torah. The first Sefer Torah you read from Zos Bracha until the Seif. Uvasheni Breishis Ad Asher Bar Elokim La'asais, and you say Breishis, you do from in Breishis. Uvashlishi Yom Shemini Atzeres Mafter Avayach Haris Moshe. Why do we read Breishis? So it's as the Torah says, Shali Apischom Per L'Satan L'Katvik Loimar Asimo Isav Ein Roitz in the course of the general minig. You make a siyum that you start the next sefer right away, so there shouldn't be any kitrugim. We'll see later on the different minhagim on Simchas Torah. But al kol panim, there is an inyan to have. Be sure you have. A lot of shuls do. They have they lane properly 5 aliyahs like the bracha or whatever. Not aliyahs. They're laying 3, whatever it is in shul proper, like proper kriyas Torah, and everyone else gets their aliyahs. After a couple, whatever it is, they do it. It's not like in the shul like proper. You only bring out 2 sifrei Torah. Nikorim be'echad chamisha beparshas v'ei kol habachor. You read from kol habachor. V'im Shabbos korim shiva maschil aser ta'aser. You start from aser ta'aser. V'mafter kori b'sheni v'yom shmini atzeres. And the maftir reads in the korban in Shemini Atzeres. The maftir ben Malachim Cholos Shlomo. It's a tefillah of Shlomo Melech after he finished the Beis Hamikdash, which is interesting. I'll just say over one interesting nakuda that says that the pasuk says it's a pasuk we say at the end of Hoshanas. Every day of Hoshanas, it says mishpat of Chol Yom V'Yom. It's It's in this haftarah. So the Malbim says a very interesting thing. He says, "What is mishpat Yom V'Yom?" I thought that mishpat is Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. What's mishpat Yom V'Yom? So he says a very interesting thing that. For the people who are more rachok, from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so the king comes around once a year, comes to the town, and so that's when they mechabed the melech, they do tshuva, whatever it is. The people who live in the palace of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who live very close to him, so every day they can get, every day is a new day and a new mishpat or something, or tova, whatever. It's a new din every day because you see the melech every day. So therefore, Mishpat Yom V'Yom, it depends that even after everything's said and done, Shana Rabbah and Chaisim, whatever, the special Maila of Shemini Atzeres is that we have a special kirva of the Kodesh Baruch Hu that even after everything's said and done, person's matzav can change. It's not, nothing said. If we're one of the, live in this house, so to speak, we can, the Atzeres can change from day to day, and there's no reason to say, well, I didn't do tshuva on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, I know what to do. A person can, if he has, emunah and stuff, it can change any time. Machzir Asfarim v'Omer Kaddish, Umachriz Mashi Baruch Amorid Gashem, and they say Tfilas Gashem on Shemini Atzeres in Chutz Haaretz. Here they say it on most of Simchas Torah. Hi, in Tafesh Samachtes. B'makom she'oisin shnei yamim tovim leil chi mekadshim yamim zman. So in Chutz Haaretz when they do 2 yamim tovim, so then if it's a leil chi, you make kiddush, you say shechianu. L'makom motzin shlosh svarim. Going be'echad as a bracha ad sefer Torah, like we said before in the last siman. Uvasheni breishis ad asher bara Elokim la'asais. Uvashlishi koryam after kama esmol. You read them after like the day before. After vahi achari Moshe, but the haftarah is the first parsha in the Nevi'im. Sefer Yeshua, the Hemshech, the achari Moshe, and you mamshech and you read that. Yom Tov Simchas Torah, and it's a meaning from the time of the Goinim that they made, that they were misakin the last day of Sukkot to be called Simchas Torah, because in Eretz Yisrael it used to be they would finish laning. It was split up differently. They would finish laning every 3 years. It was in Bavel that they finished that's what the parashas up as we have them, and they finished once a year. And the Goinim said, okay, if you finish once a year, we should finish it on Shemini Atzeres. And call it Simchas Torah, because it's Zman Kibbutz to Hashem, whatever it is, and they're misakin to make this yom into the day we finish the Torah. Shesmeichim, Sudas Mishte, we make a Sudas Mishte, Lagamar Shal Torah. It's all about the Simcha for the Torah, and brings it. There's a lot of different minhagim. And a lot of the minhagim they have for Simchas Torah. It goes back many doros, and anything which is a chavod Torah, it's a minig. We shouldn't, gabayim shouldn't play around. Oh, I know it takes two, whatever. If these are classic minhagim, it should, you have to be, nizar, because it's all chavod Torah. So therefore, you shouldn't mevatel anything. Nogin shehamasayim atayah maskul bereshis noidrim nedavoy sekarim laacherim yilasos mishte, and the minig is that the Chosin Torah and the Chosin Bereshis, they're noting the davos. I mean, they buy the liyas, whatever it is, and they invite they invite the rest of the shul to a mishte, which generally is done after the Shabbos after of Nagu b'Medina Seilu the Hoitzi. B'simchas Torah arvis v'shachris kol sifrei Torah shebeheicha v'orim zmiras v'shishpachos. The meaning is to take all the sifrei Torah out and to sing and dance. V'chol machlon lefi minhago v'oy nago lahakif im sifrei Torah v'abima v'shebeis hakneses kol shebakifin im alula v'kol mishum simcha. Right, and the meaning is to do Hakafos. With the Sifrei Torah, like they do during Sukkah. So we said by Sukkah, we said the Ikr Simcha is the Hakafos. So too with Simchas Torah. The minig is to bring extra Sifrei Torah if they don't have enough. Even Psul, Sifrei Torah Psulim. Shaila is, one of the Shailas brought up is, can you sit down? If everyone's dancing the Sefer Torah, can you sit down? Some say, there's definitely a mile to stand the whole time. Some say if you have a Sefer Torah, you could sit down, but I don't see that. I've never seen anyone do that. And some say there is an idea. I saw someone, a Svara brought down that the person should stand when they're saying the Ana Hashem, or they're saying when they say the Hoshianas, whatever, that then the person, while they're walking around, the person should stand. But once they finish with that, they're dancing with the Sefer Torah. The only time you have to stand is when the Torah has not been koimoi. So that's koimoi already. Now they're dancing around or whatever. That's now called bimavar makom lamakom. It's makom already. So you can be makel and sit down. Obviously, it's better if a person can sit outside or a different room or to the side, whatever it is, if you're Indian, and the Hakafos, and the person should be makbid at some point during the Hakafa, because it's called the Hakafa to go around at least the bima on the Sefer Torah once, whether it's during the psukim or whether it's the dancing. That'll be considered a Hakafa to be kind of the minig. Even a person can't dance, it's a kedai to go ahead and at least walk around. But akopanim, the minig gets to do 7 times, and the minig of the Ari and the Gro was to dance like David HaMelech, called Koicha in front of the Sefer Torah. And there's big inyanim with that. But kol mishum simcha v'nago ola harbois akurim b'sefer Torah. You call up a lot of different people. Korim parsha achas harbe pa'omim and issa b'davar, and you go over and over again. And every shul has its own minig and how they get everything in without it going later and later. I do think there's the idea of tirchat b'tzibura. You have to cheshbon. But every shul has they make cheshbonos like that. But oh nago likrois kol na'arim in the sefer Torah. The minig is to call all the kids for an aliyah about the Sefer Torah, and the minig is to go ahead and to put a talis over everyone, like a big chuppah, and everyone's nichlal in Kol Na'arim. There is a minhag for kids to get aliyah separately. I don't know. It's not brought down anywhere in any poskim. They all bring out Kol Na'arim, which is one thing where they went ahead and they did one aliyah for everyone. But l'maisa, kids are allowed to go ahead and get aliyahs on Simchas Torah. So therefore, that's where the minhag started. But of course, again, tircha d'tzibur, if everyone has, their 10 kids and every 5-year-old saying, whatever, you have to cheshbon these things out. Anyway, so they do a chuppah and they say, Malach HaGoyel, V'layla korim b'sefer Torah and Adarim Shevet Torah. The minhag was Kriyas HaTorah b'layla. It used to be different. It used to be they read a few different parshios that people usually would buy, like V'yite, because it's about brachos and things. V'yite lecha, the Mishnah brings Malach HaGoyel, Vaychulu, Yivarecha, Matov. They would just read a bunch of different psukim. However, the minhag nowadays is just to read the V'zayis Bracha at night, and there is a minhag to go ahead and to take the Sefer Torah and do Hagbah flipped, so everyone sees the Ksav, L'chavod HaTorah. There's at night, during the day, and obviously the place can bring down that it should be done by someone who can do it and not someone who can't do it. But they question and they say, however, the kavod should, what's the bigger kavod? Giving hakba to someone, someone who's a Talmid Chacham, or to some big guy who was not necessarily Talmid Chacham, but he's he's a construction worker, and has strong arms. Okay, Yishlalom was Al Kol B'Shul Simcha. Like I said, the Kohen is mutter to go ahead and get an aliyah. He's even allowed to get Chasan Torah. A person, father wants to buy Chasan Torah for his son. Go ahead for his 7-year-old Gevaltik. There are people who say it really should be the Talmid Chacham, even more than the Chasan Bereshis. That's why they give it to the Rav or whatever. However, since nowadays the Chazan lanes it, so it doesn't make a difference who goes up. You can even have a cotton, but the minhag is to give it to the Rav or to the biggest Talmid Chacham there. Where there's only 2 Sifrei Torah, Korim Berishon V'Zayis Bracha, Uv'Shniya Bereshis, and you read Zayis Bracha, and the second one you read Bereshis. Nechayizim V'Leichim Berishon and Yana Shalom, and you take the first one, you roll it for Yana Shalom. V'chein Oisim Kol Makom Debe'ina Shosha Sifrei Torah Ve'ein Lehem Rak Shtayim throughout all Orach Chaim. Whenever there's a situation, a Yom Tov, or a time you need 3 Sifrei Torah and you only have 2, so then you read the first parsha and you read the second parsha. You take the first Sefer Torah in the meantime and you roll it back to wherever it needs to be read. So, Yimesayim, the Ramah says this is the end of Hilchos Lulav, and whatever Peseder. I didn't think too much because I realized